Deltarune as a whole has never been a straightforward game, as hidden throughout its story are countless secrets, and some of the biggest mysteries are hidden behind the strangest things. For example, a simple egg, a mysterious character who might just be connected to Gaster, and strange creatures known as friends, and a secret message that most players never even see. At first, these things seem completely unrelated, but what if they aren't? What if the eggs are connected to something much bigger? What if collecting every egg doesn't just give you a funny secret? What if it reveals something that has been haunting Chris since the beginning of their journey? Note, this is all just speculation and nothing that I say should be taken to heart. This video will only be covering the normal route of Deltarune due to the fact that you cannot collect the eggs in the weird route. Sorry Noelle fans. Spoilers for chapters 1 to 5, you have been warned. Part 1. An Egg and a Man. At first, the story of Deltarune progresses normally as Chris, Susie, and Ralsei travel throughout the Card Kingdom, exploring a strange new world. However, hidden away from this world is an area so secret that most people will never find it. If Chris manages to find this hidden area, they will encounter a scarlet-covered tree and a mysterious character simply known as the Forgotten Man. He doesn't attack, he doesn't explain who he is. Instead, he simply gives Chris an egg, and then he disappears. At first, you would probably think that this is a typical Toby Fox joke, a random secret hidden in a random place. But this is where things start getting strange, because the Forgotten Man doesn't appear only once. He appears in every chapter all the way towards chapter 5, and every single time he gives Chris an egg. The problem, however, is that every chapter places the mysterious man in a new hidden location, as the first 2 chapters only have a small chance of finding him, 1 in 50, and then later chapters require solving strange puzzles and following cryptic clues. So most players would never discover these eggs on a normal playthrough. So then why would Toby Fox hide something this carefully? Normally a secret item would just be a fun reward or extra dialogue, but Deltarune has a habit of making strange jokes become important in the future. For example, Spamton, not that Spamton, started as a bizarre secret fight. However, his story later became one of Deltarune's biggest mysteries, showing that even the weirdest parts of Deltarune can hide something much, much deeper. Part 2. Image_friend. But the Forgotten Man isn't the only strange secret hiding in Deltarune, as back in chapter 2, deep inside a queen's mansion, there's something that most players probably missed, as if you explore the darkness in the far left corner of the basement, Chris can briefly see something watching them, 2 glowing eyes, and a creepy grin hiding in the shadows. This mysterious creature is known only as Friend. At first, Friend seems like just another random Deltarune character, as it appears for less than a second and disappears instantly, and the game gives us almost no explanation. But just like the Forgotten Man, Friend doesn't seem to be a simple joke, because as the chapters continue, Friend keeps appearing in strange places, as in chapter 3 during Ralsei's explanation about Dark Worlds, Friend's face can briefly appear on the screen. Later on, Friend can be found in hidden locations like the Third Sanctuary, and even during the Shadow Mantle boss fight. It almost seems as if Friend is following Chris, always watching from the background. But the biggest clue about Friend comes from the mystery surrounding the eggs, as if you collect the chapter 5 egg and defeat the secret boss Pink, and then you trigger Friend during the cliff section, something unusual will happen in Pink's store, as after you talk to her, she has new dialogue about a strange bite on Chris's hand, and she mentions meeting someone who was once hunted by a group of cats. That's an interesting coincidence because friends look almost exactly like strange cat-like creatures. I mean, the game's basically connecting these two ideas together. Cats, proteins, eggs, and friends. Repeat that super fast. There's even a strange detail about friends' bite can change depending on the first item in your inventory. So think about that for a second. Why would Toby Fox hide an entire chain of secret eggs, encounters, and clues just to introduce a random joke monster? Why create this huge mystery around friend if it doesn't mean anything? Take Jello for example. At first he was just a hidden jester boss in chapter 1, and honestly, I hate that guy so much, I could never beat him. But his strange dialogue about chaos, freedom, and the nature of the world hinted at deeper secrets. So the real question is, what secret is friend hiding? Part 3, the Spamton connection. And this is where friend gets really interesting because out of all the characters in Deltarune, there is one who may already know exactly what these friendlings are. Our boy, Spamton. Before becoming the broken salesman that we meet in chapter 2, Spamton had everything. He was a successful Addison who suddenly became a big shot after receiving mysterious phone calls from an unknown caller. He even partnered with Tenna, who promised to make him a television star in exchange for learning the secret behind his success. But right before Spamton signed the contract, he answered one final phone call, and whatever he heard made him abandon his deal and run away. After that, the caller disappeared and his success vanished overnight. Mike left and Spamton lost everything. Now here's my theory. What if Spamton didn't just lose the deal? What if he broke it? As chapter 5 reveals that Friend and the Friendlings relentlessly hunt their targets, as Pink even says that some people have gone into hiding and changed their appearances to escape them. Spamton spends all his time hiding in a dumpster, and he barely resembles the Addisons anymore. See where I'm getting at? One final thing though, the color of Spamton's glasses match Friend's eyes perfectly. Then, there are the Pippies. Spamton attacks with these strange blue egg-like objects, and even Tenna is later shown keeping one in chapter 3. Could the Pippies be one of Spamton's attacks, or were they created as a distraction against the friends that were hunting him? As Spamton also believes that his Neo suit will finally set him free. But what if freedom was never the goal? What if the goal was to collect the Neo body so he could finally be strong enough to protect him from whatever was chasing him since that final phone call? Unfortunately though, it wasn't. As after the secret battle in chapter 2, Spamton admits that he never escaped the strings controlling him. Maybe he wasn't warning Chris about becoming a puppet. Maybe he was warning Chris about the thing that turned him into one. Because if collecting every egg causes Friend to begin hunting Chris, then Spamton may know exactly what is coming. So if I'm right, Spamton wasn't simply warning Chris about Friend, he was warning Chris about what Friend would do, as throughout Deltarune, Toby Fox repeatedly draws attention to Chris's hands, hidden dialogue, secret text, even the line in chapter 3, "You couldn't find your hand." Then chapter 4 adds another clue, as while Chris's soul is hidden beneath the angel doll, Susie tells Noelle about a story about someone waking up without a hand before joking about a severed hand grabbing Chris. On their own, these moments could be coincidences. Together, it doesn't feel accidental. I don't think the egg quest will end with another secret room. I think it's going to end with an encounter. And I think that encounter will happen at chapter 7, the bunker. It's the only place where every major mystery seems to port towards. Death, the night, the truth behind the dark world. Imagine finally reaching it after collecting every egg, only for the thing hidden behind them to be Friend, for him to finally appear. And if that happened, I don't think the bite's going to be random. I think it's going to be the moment where Chris finally comes face to face with the mystery that has been following him ever since he collected the first egg. Maybe the Forgotten Man wasn't giving Chris a reward. Maybe he was leading them towards the answer. But in the end of everything, this is just my theory. Do you think Friend is actually collected to the eggs, or is Toby Fox just messing with us again? And what do you think is waiting inside the bunker? Comment down below what you guys think.